What's up guys, it's LegendXRona, and today after over a year and a half, I'll finally be doing another Mortal Kombat 11 Theories video. Now as I said, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, but with the announcement of Mortal Kombat 11 coming soon, along with the hype, I thought now would be more than a perfect time to bring back the series. With so much more to talk about on Mortal Kombat 11, I'm really happy to share my many ideas and thoughts once more with you guys so we can discuss all the possibilities that Mortal Kombat 11 can have. That being said, here's my Mortal Kombat 11 Theories Part 4. As always guys, these aren't ranked in any kind of order and they are not canon. These are all my own thoughts and opinions, so please try to respect that. But if you guys enjoyed the video and the series, please be sure to drop it a like to help support it. Let's see if we can get this video at least 200 likes, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new to the series or my channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep up with all things Mortal Kombat 11 and to help this channel reach its next milestone of 10,000 subscribers. With all the Mortal Kombat 11 hype beginning to start up guys, I have a lot to talk about and a lot of content coming to this channel, so I'm really hoping you guys can look forward to that. But with all this being said, let's go ahead and get started with number 5 on my list. Sareena will join or align herself with the Lin Kuei. Not being a character who has done much within the Mortal Kombat universe, I think that Sareena has potential to have more story added to her, which is why I think that she could possibly join or align herself with the Lin Kuei. My reason for thinking this is mainly due to a few things that we know about her from the past games. Sareena originally appeared in Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, where she served under Quan Chi. She encounters the original Sub-Zero Bi-Han, who we all know as Noob Saibot, and she is free from Quan Chi's magic. Now, spoiler alert for anybody who just happened to want to go back and play Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. Though she dies later in this game and it's in the original timeline, it seems that in Mortal Kombat X this is still something that's somewhat canon in the new timeline due to her mentioning how Bi-Han helped free her from Quan Chi. After this game, she only appeared in 2 other Mortal Kombat games, not including Mortal Kombat X, which is Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition for the Game Boy and Mortal Kombat Armageddon. In the Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, it says that in Sareena's ending, that Sub-Zero offers Sareena asylum for helping his brother Bi-Han escape his confines from the Netherrealm many years ago. However, it does also say that it was not an action without risk, which Sub-Zero will soon find out. Then in her Armageddon bio, it kind of continues from there, saying that Sub-Zero felt that she needed to prove herself for the clan to fully accept her. He gave her a metallic object and told her to wait in a secret place in Lin Kuei until he returned from the Netherrealm. Wanting to make sure that he was safe, she followed him into the Netherrealm, though being there began to corrupt her, giving her thoughts on betraying him. In spite of that, when Sub-Zero was attacked by Noob and Smoke, she jumped in and saved him. Though after it caused her to lose control of her human form. She then ran off and was ambushed by Noob, Smoke, and Quan Chi, who wanted to know the location of the Lin Kuei temple. Quan Chi then reverted her back to her human form and then showed Sareena her true nature, which influenced her to surrender herself to him and give up the Lin Kuei's location to him. So with all that being said, I think they could actually make all this something that happens in the new timeline. Sareena never had much of a story to her outside of the Mortal Kombat Mythologies game, so this could be something they could do with her. They actually decided to bring her back in the new timeline in Mortal Kombat X and even had the chance to kill her off, but they didn't. That possibly means that maybe they do have plans for her as a character in the story, and with the reformation of the Lin Kuei, the only known members that we have is Sub-Zero and Frost, so it would be really cool for them to add a new member. I would definitely like to see the interactions between her and Frost if this were to happen. But all that being said, I could also just see her aligning herself with the clan like in her Mortal Kombat Armageddon bio. Maybe she could just have Asylum there, and then maybe later she may for some reason return to the Netherrealm and run into Noob and Ninra, aka Smoke, who both seek to take over the Lin Kuei. With Quan Chi dead, the Revenants are free to do as they wish, and at this point, Noob is definitely going to return with all the references in Mortal Kombat X and with the fandom man, so I do think that there's definitely a possibility that we could see this as well. I would really like to see how she would interact with Bi-Han after all these years. So though this is only speculation, I'm kind of curious to see if this were to happen because I would like to see the interaction between her and Bi-Han after all these years from Mortal Kombat Mythologies and him becoming Noob Saibot. I'm really curious to see what they would say to one another, so this is something that I'm really hoping to see happen in Mortal Kombat 11. Moving on to the next theory on the list, Goro will have ties to Onaga. Now if any of you have seen my explaining the Mortal Kombat X comics and time frame video, then you heard me talk about a bit on how Goro will be connected to Onaga in some way. Well, after the ending of the Mortal Kombat X comics, I think it's possible that Goro could have ties to Onaga in one of 2 ways. The The first way is based on the idea of somehow using Onaga to restore Goro's arms. In Mortal Kombat X, Goro was advertised with the slogan "Goro lives," which I believe is tied into the fact that in the comics he lost all of his arms and was cast away from the Shokans due to him being disabled. He then goes to Dagon to discuss about the Dragon King's lore, which Dagon explains how if you cut off his hand, another will grow back. I think that maybe the intention in what he was saying is that by reviving the Dragon King or experimenting with the aspects of his lore, that maybe they will be able to revive Goro's arms. As you guys know, I do believe that Onaga will return in Mortal Kombat 11, so I think that if Onaga does return due to Dagon and Goro, that Goro would somewhat owe his allegiance to Onaga, and even if he didn't, I don't see him being able to defeat Onaga if he tried, so I think it's possible that Goro will work with Onaga if he returns. The second possible tie-in with Onaga that I think that Goro could have is that maybe he could possibly be the host body for Onaga. Now I know what some of you may be thinking, no, that's Reptile's role. Well, I think that could possibly change this time around the new timeline. In the original timeline, when the Dragon Egg opened up, it hit Reptile with a beam of energy, and then Onaga took hold of his body. What if this time around when Goro and Dagon attempt to restore Goro's arms, they end up fully reviving Onaga, who takes hold of Goro's body instead of Reptile's body? Now, though I personally like Reptile being the host a lot better, I think that this would be interesting to see. It would continue to give Goro relevance in the Mortal Kombat story, and it just seems interesting as is due to Goro already being considered half dragon. I'm not saying that this one will happen, but I do think that it's possible that Goro will have one of these ties with Onaga in Mortal Kombat 11. Moving on to the third theory on my list, there will be another tournament. Now, the main focus of Mortal Kombat has always been the tournament that they had that the Elder Gods invoked whenever one realm tried to invade another realm, so you had to fight in this tournament called Mortal Kombat. But looking back on this series, there has only been 3 tournaments in the old timeline with 2 so far in the new timeline, which seems kind of weird considering that this all started based on this tournament. So after seeing a few endings in Mortal Kombat X, I think it is possible that we could be getting a new tournament. At the end of Mortal Kombat X, Raiden talks about how he will now be taking more of an aggressive strategy and start attacking the realms that may threaten Earthrealm. Then in his and Kotal Khan's ending, Raiden along with the Shirai Ryu invade Outworld and defeat Kotal Khan. But in the act of desperation, Kotal Khan calls onto the Elder Gods and they invoke a new Mortal Kombat tournament. Then in Baraicho's ending, it continues from there and says that Baraicho trains the Outworld forces and then they defeat Raiden in the Mortal Kombat tournament. In Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance in the original timeline, there was a tournament, but it had nothing to do with the Mortal Kombat tournament, so pretty much after the first 3 games, the Mortal Kombat tournament became irrelevant to the series. Seeing to how there's 3 endings talking about this tournament and the ending scene during the Mortal Kombat X story, I could see this possibly being a thing. If Raiden is talking about a more aggressive strategy, then I definitely think that Kotal Khan and Outworld will be his first realm that he will attack, especially since they're currently weakened and they just got done attacking Earthrealm. As far as tournaments goes, I think that it would make a perfect story for maybe a possible Mortal Kombat 11 comic. This could definitely be how they start the comics off possibly and build up to the events that will happen in Mortal Kombat 11 story mode, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Until then though, I do think that if this were to be the route that they decide to take, that this would mainly be a focus in the comics, and then maybe this is how they will start the Mortal Kombat 11 story in the beginning, just like how Mortal Kombat X started off with the NetherRealm War. Maybe this would be a tie-in to the comics and kind of continue from where the tournament started maybe, and maybe after that, that's when Onaga might return and interrupt the tournament. But like I said, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Moving on to the next theory on my list, Ermac will become King Jerrod. Now, Ermac has always been an interesting character due to him being made up of many souls. In his Mortal Kombat X ending, Shang Tsung appears and strips away a single soul from Ermac and then consumes more of the souls within him. Now, this is definitely one of those endings that I could see being true. If Shang Tsung does return, I'm sure that it would benefit him a lot to be able to regain more souls again, and the quickest way to do that would be by taking the many souls that are within Ermac. All that being said, I don't think he'll actually kill Ermac though. In some of Ermac's Mortal Kombat X intros, some of the characters talk about how there's conflict between the souls and Ermac and how they're fighting for dominance. Ermac also speaks of how Shao Kahn is within him. I think that after this happens to Ermac, that maybe the soul of King Jerrod could possibly gain dominance over the remaining souls within Ermac. Now, for those of you who don't know who King Jerrod is, he's a former ruler of Edenia and also Katana's father and Sindel's husband, who was killed by Shao Kahn when he took over Edenia. After seeing Ermac's ending in Mortal Kombat 2011, I think that it could somewhat also become canon. In his Mortal Kombat 2011 ending, it says that after the death of Shao Kahn, the souls within Ermac began to fight for dominance, and King Jerrod's soul was the only one strong enough to gain control and calm the other souls. Now, for those of you who remember in the old timeline, during Mortal Kombat Deception, Kenshi helped Ermac's souls find peace, and Ermac returned the favor by fighting with Earthrealm and helping against Onaga. In Mortal Kombat X, Kenshi and Takeda talks about helping Ermac, so what if in this new timeline, after Shang Tsung leaves Ermac in this weakened state, his souls begin fighting for dominance, which causes him to wander outworld in agony due to the anarchy amongst the souls, then is later found by either Kenshi or Takeda, who helps Ermac, which in turn causes King Jerrod to gain dominance over the other souls within him. I think this could definitely be an interesting turn in Ermac's story as a character. It could present a more story-driven way of Ermac becoming good in the new timeline and open up a lot of interesting opportunities for the Mortal Kombat story in general. King Jerrod was never a character that we really just got to see in the Mortal Kombat series, so it would be very interesting to see him in and his interactions between Kitana and Sindel, especially since now that they're Revenants. I think that if this were to happen, we could possibly see it happen maybe during like a Mortal Kombat 11 comics, and personally I think that Ermac will still have the same look and still have the name Ermac, just controlled by King Jerrod, but I'm hoping that this could be something that we do see in Mortal Kombat 11. Also, for those of you who may be thinking, couldn't Shao Kahn's soul be the one that gains dominance? Well, I will be explaining that in a future video, so I do hope you guys can look forward to that. Now, moving on to the final theory on my list, Taven will awaken. Now, as you guys know, in my previous theory videos, I talked about Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance and Mortal Kombat Deception being a joint story for Mortal Kombat 11, but now there's talks about it being a joint story between Deception and Armageddon, which I did talk about a bit in a previous video, and after thinking about all of this, I definitely think that it might be a Deception and Armageddon story now, with possibly a little bit of Deadly Alliance in it. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? We've already seen Dagon in the comics, Blaze teased in the background of the pit stage in Mortal Kombat X, and there's even talks of Onaga in the Mortal Kombat X comics. It's only inevitable for Taven to be awoken soon, so things are definitely moving towards a Deception and Armageddon story. And Takeda and Kenshi's ending in Mortal Kombat X, Kenshi and Takeda set out to attack the Red Dragon clan for killing Takeda's mom Su-Chin, and in a turn of events, they meet Taven's guardian dragon Goro, who teleports them to Taven's resting place. Taven is then awoken and joins Kenshi and Takeda on their attack on the Red Dragon clan. Now, this of all my theories so far is definitely one that I'm sure will happen. If we're going to be getting a story with Deception and Armageddon, it makes sense for them to have Taven in it as well, and I can see Takeda's ending being something that happens, but I don't think that Kenshi's ending will exactly play out the way that it did. Also, I think that if it does happen, then it will more than likely happen in the Mortal Kombat 11 comics to help set up for the Mortal Kombat 11 story mode. Because if we are getting a story mode based on both Deception and Armageddon, then a lot is going to happen within the Mortal Kombat 11 time frame. So I'm sure that a lot of it's going to be split up between the comics and the game. All that being said, I definitely think that this is something we are going to see in the Mortal Kombat 11 story, whether, like I said, it's going to be in the comics or either in the story mode, which of course, if it's in the comics, I feel like part of it is going to be retold within the story mode. So for those of you who don't like to read the comics, you know, you still get kind of like a little bit of an understanding of what's going on. But I'm definitely excited for Taven to be reappearing in the new timeline. I'm really curious to see what they can do with him, because though he was okay in the old timeline, I feel like he has so much more potential, so I'm really curious to see how he would be as a playable character within Mortal Kombat 11. But these are just a few more theories that I have from Mortal Kombat 11. It definitely feels good to be back talking about Mortal Kombat again and speculating on what could possibly happen in the Mortal Kombat 11 story. I'm really looking forward to the announcement coming in June so we can go ahead and begin the hype days. But what do you guys think about the theories in this video? Do you agree with them or do you disagree with them? Or do you have your own ideas on what could possibly happen in Mortal Kombat 11? Be sure to let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, and to check out my Mortal Kombat 11 Theories Part 1, 2, and 3 if you haven't seen them yet. I'll leave a link for them in the descriptions below, and also a link on the top right corner of this video. As always guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop it a like to help support my channel and the series. Let's see if we can get this video to hit that 200 likes marker. I'd really appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at LegendXRunner to keep up with all things that I do with my channel and to join me in the MK community on our mini discussions on Mortal Kombat 11. Also, I have a Discord that you guys can join in for more Mortal Kombat discussions. I'll leave a link for it in the description below as well. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to check out all my other Mortal Kombat 11 videos and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more Mortal Kombat 11 content and help my channel reach its next milestone of 10,000 subscribers. This is LegendXRunner, and I'll see you guys later.